Hello, everyone. Welcome to Active Love Maintenance Services. So, come with us to an investment property where it needs a little TLC. What needs to be done is quite a bit of landscaping, and this needs to be done because listing photos need to be taken. So, the exterior needs to look really nice for those photos. So, that's what we're going to be doing.
I'm doing a rough cut here because the grass is so long and thick and wet. You can actually see that it started to seed. That's how long it is. So I'm doing a rough cut, which is basically me going through it on a high setting, like the deck of the lawnmower is higher, and I cut the majority of it with the front wheel slightly up, which makes it easier for me to go through. But I still had to stop and clear the lawnmower from the grass and whatnot. If I used a bagger, I would literally have to stop after every pass. So it just didn't make sense. So that's what you see me doing here. So when I stop, I usually am pulling out the grass that's stuck in the lawnmower. I will go over this a second time with the deck on a lower setting, but I will wait a couple hours just to let the grass dry out a little bit more so it doesn't stick to the undercarriage of the lawnmower so much. And then probably in 2 days, a final cut will be done. And the reason we wait for 2 days is because there are thunderstorms scheduled later today and also all day tomorrow. So that won't work if we're trying to cut it and it's raining tomorrow. And here I'm just trimming things up. Actually, to the left, those are rock beds. Before the grass was cut, you could barely tell they were there. It was just all overgrown. I know a lot of people don't like weeding, but I enjoy it. It's when I do some of my best thinking. And also, you could hear like thunderstorms in the background coming, and it was just very relaxing to me. All right, it is 2 days later, and the back is pretty much done. Now I'm working on the front garden beds. It did pour rain yesterday, so that's why it's 2 days later. And today is hot and sunny. This is Southeast Texas, so today it's about 92 degrees with 80 to 85% humidity. So it's very warm. That is why I'm covered head to toe because of the sun, but also insects. And my work partner's actually gonna finish up the backyard, like do the final cut and then move tree limbs that we cut, and as well as any bags full of clippings and whatnot that need to be put to the curb. He'll also put down the weed block once the garden beds are cleared, and also put the mulch down. But you'll see the results at the end. Here I'm just trimming the bush that was very overgrown. So right now my main focus is clearing the bush from the actual walkway, because you don't want the bush growing into where people have to actually walk and come into the house. So that's what I'm doing here. This variety of grass sends runners, so that's how it got here in the first place. So what I'm doing is just pulling up the ones that are obvious, because they will go to the sunlight regardless of what you do to block the weeds here if you don't get them up. So that's what I'm doing. Alright, here we have mildew on the windows. So I will clean all of the windows that have all of this growing on them, because it does not look nice. And this is the last thing you want, to be in photos and people seeing. So this has to be taken care of. And I'll do it with like a bleach and water solution, and then a scrubbing pad, and then rinsing and drying with microfiber cloths. Here I'm just cleaning the siding of the house because it rained so hard yesterday that it splattered all over the actual siding. So that's what I'm doing here. You can actually see pools of water down below still that hasn't dried up yet.
Okay, now that the property is done, it can be easily maintained by, keeping it up, mowing the lawn and trimming every week to 2 weeks, depending on the weather. Obviously, the more it rains, it'll probably need to be done weekly, but if it doesn't rain that much, every 2 weeks should be sufficient. So that's it.